What's up, everybody? It's your man Diggy Pews, and welcome to my PewTube channel. And also, welcome to the fourth and final episode in this mini micro series of Competitions Explained. This episode is going to be based on steel matches. Now, I am going to include a clip from Shooting USA that explains what Steel Challenge is, but unfortunately, I don't have the opportunity to shoot Steel Challenge because there isn't any Steel Challenge matches locally to me that I can attend. Maybe one day I'll travel and go shoot a Steel Challenge, but for now, I'm just shooting local steel matches, and they are a little bit different. So I'm going to break down some of the rules and scoring, which there isn't much to it, so it should be pretty quick. And then I'm going to do maybe like 2 stages from each type of competition and do a little breakdown. So this should be a quick video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Cue the intro. Alright, so real quick, I'm just going to go through the scoring. The scoring is very similar to IDPA, just time plus scoring, which basically means your total time to shoot the stage, plus any penalties if you have any. And then most penalties in steel matches are simply going to be misses, and misses will usually add 5 seconds to your time. Now, there are 3 different types of scoring methods that are used, and actually you can find these same scoring methods in some IDPA and USPSA stages. Those are Virginia count, Comstock, and fixed time. Virginia count means that there is a specific amount of shots that can be taken on a stage. Now, sometimes that is the exact amount that you need to complete the stage, and sometimes they'll throw in an extra 1 or 2 shots in case you have a miss or need to have a makeup shot. Comstock is the opposite of that. Comstock means that you can shoot as many shots as you need to complete the stage. And then finally, there's fixed time. Fixed time means that you have a specific amount of time to complete the stage. Let's say there's a stage with a 15-second par time, and the timer goes off before you've completed the stage. Anything that you didn't get a chance to engage will count as misses, and sometimes even count as procedural penalties. There are also 2 different types of targets that you'll come across in steel matches, and those are static and reactive targets. Static targets don't move, they're just fixed in a position, and when you shoot it, you'll hear an audible ding sound when the bullet impacts, and that's how you'll know if you hit the target. Reactive targets actually move. Sometimes they fall over, sometimes they disconnect from whatever thing was holding it, sometimes they spin, but you will get a visual and audible feedback that you've hit that target. So, as I stated earlier, unfortunately, I do not have the ability to shoot a legitimate steel challenge match because there aren't any locally to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm including a clip from Shooting USA that will explain what the actual steel challenge is, and then we'll get into the steel matches that I shoot.
That rush is found on the 8 classic courses of fire that have made up the Steel Challenge for more than 30 years. The action starts with a beep from the timer. 5 strings of fire are shot. Keep your best 4 strings for score. And your score is your time. The faster, the better. There is one stage that is different, Outer Limits. Here, 4 strings of fire are shot, and the best 3 times are kept for score. Also, this is the only stage where shooters move on the clock. And to make it even more challenging, the 18 by 24-inch rectangles are set at 35 yards. In all of the centerfire handgun divisions, shooters start with a draw from the wrists above shoulders or surrender position. For rimfire and pistol caliber carbine, it's a low ready start, with muzzle pointed at the hoe game point. There are 3 target shapes that make up the courses of fire: the 18 by 24-inch rectangle, the 12-inch round, and the 10-inch round. One of the 5 is designated as the stop plate. Hit that one last, and the timer stops when that shot is fired. But be sure the others have been hit as well. A miss is a 3-second penalty.
The beauty of Steel Challenge is you're racing the same 8 stages against the clock. 2 things in practical shooting that don't lie are the timer and the target.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you a couple of stages from the monthly Rainbow Combat Steel match that I shoot up at Rainbow Range. This is a Virginia count event. There are 5 stages that are 6 shots and 6 shots only. There's different patterns in which you have to engage the targets, but you only get 6 shots, and each miss is a 5-second penalty. This stage was double tap front to back. You start with your fingertips on the barrel, gun loaded and holstered. The timer starts when you move to draw your gun. This next stage is going to be 3 shots to the rear target, 2 shots to the middle target, and then 1 shot to the closest target. Now, this is a production style type of event, so you can only use iron sights if you want to get a pin. You get a pin for shooting under 60 seconds, under 50 seconds, under 40 seconds, and under 30 seconds. Now you can shoot with an optic, and you can also shoot 22 caliber, but if you shoot with an optic or you shoot with 22 caliber, you cannot win a pin, and you cannot compete in the games at the end of the match. Up next, we have the monthly combat steel match at Escondido Fish and Game. This one is a little bit more advanced than Rainbow. There's going to be 6 shots, and then a reload, and then 6 shots, and then another reload, and a final 6 shots, and that's on each stage. So on this particular stage, it's 1 to the first plate, 2 to the second plate, 3 to the third plate, reload, 6 shots to the middle rectangle, which is also called a bill drill, then reload, and you're going to do 3 to the first plate, 2 to the second plate, and 1 to the final plate. So again, it's a little bit more advanced. The targets are a little bit further away. It's still static steel targets. You're not doing any kind of movement. Also in this competition, there's different divisions. So you can shoot production, carry optics, 22, revolver, PCC. There's a whole bunch of different options. And this particular stage was 2 to the top round, 2 to the middle round, 2 to the bottom round, reload, sweep the plate rack, reload, 2 to the bottom left rectangle, 1 to the top circle, 2 to the bottom right rectangle, and 1 to the top circle. So again, it's similar to Rainbow that it's Virginia count, 6 shots, but it's more advanced with reloading and different arrays. Okay, the final match that I shoot is at Paula, and this is more of a USPSA style match. Except that it's just all steel. It's Comstock, which means you can shoot as many shots as you need to shoot to knock over all the targets. Misses will add a 5-second penalty, but you shouldn't really have any misses. There's no par times or anything like that, so just keep shooting until you knock everything over and try and get the fastest time is basically how this competition works. It's a ton of fun. The only unfortunate part of it is that it only happens on months that have 5 Sundays. So you only get to shoot it a couple of times a year, but the times that I have shot it, it's been a blast, and I can't wait to go back. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up this mini micro series on Competitions Explained. This was obviously kind of like a beginner crash course into competitive shooting. There's definitely a lot more information out there, a lot more things that can be touched on, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of a crash course so you could get a general understanding of how competitive shooting works. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys learned something, and see you in the next video. This has been your man Diggy Pews. Don't forget, as always, to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my sights.